世界のみんなとつながろう Bridges across world communities.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Bridges Across World Communities, sponsored by NIA, the Nishinomiya City International Association. My name is Floyd.
And my name is Thelma. Each month, we provide practical knowledge for daily living and important information about disaster prevention.
This program is for English-speaking residents in the Nishinomiya area and is broadcast on the second and fourth Saturday of each month from 12 noon to 12:15.
This month, we'll be talking about Japanese onsens, COVID-19 information sources, and an upcoming event of NIA.
And our guest this month is David Horley, originally from Australia, who now lives in Nishinomiya.
定期は西宮市国際交流協会です。
Hello, Thelma. How have you been this past month?
Hi, Floyd. I'm doing well. And this lovely spring weather, I've been spending more time outdoor enjoying nature.
Yeah, me too. This time of year has some of the best weather for hiking. So, what's our topic this month?
Well, I thought we should talk about rest and relaxation.
What do you mean, rest and relaxation?
Well, in Japan,
Yeah.
April is a time for new beginnings. It's when the new school year starts and when many young adults begin their first jobs
Yeah.
and to move to new places. And it's also the beginning of the new fiscal year for government offices and most corporations.
April sounds kind of like a distressful,
It can be.
stressful time.
Yeah, but by the month of May, most people have settled in to their new routines and ready to relax.
Okay, so what's your suggestion for doing that?
One word, onsens.
Onsens? Now, that's a great idea, and it's also one of my favorite things about Japan.
Yes, and I love onsens too, Floyd.
Now, I've read there are just under 3,000 onsen towns and nearly 30,000 hot spring locations throughout Japan.
That's right. And bathing in onsens has a long history here.
Yeah.
And over the centuries, Japan's hot spring culture has evolved its own set of rules to make bathing enjoyable for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds like our cue to talk about onsen manners and etiquette and how to properly enjoy an onsen. Do you want to start?
Okay,
Yep.
so the first step is to clean your whole body at one washing station located near the bathing area.
Yeah.
Then, taking care not to splash anyone around you. Rinse off all the soap from your body before entering the bath.
Yeah, by the way, you must be naked when entering the bath. Yeah. Wearing towels or bathing suits is not permitted, no matter what you might see on TV. However, it is okay to hold your towel kind of discreetly in front of you while walking around the dressing room or the bathing areas.
Yeah, and never bring any glass containers or cell phones into the dressing rooms or bath areas.
Yeah, avoid entering the bath shortly after eating a large meal or consuming alcohol. This may be dangerous to your health.
Yeah, onsen's water can be quite hot and usually between 39 and 42 degrees. So enter the bath slowly and gently.
And never do what I used to do, and that's put the wash towel in the bath water. You can leave it outside the bath or place it on the top of your head where it might help you not to overheat.
Yeah. So if you have long hair,
Yep.
you should put it up so it doesn't get into the water, yeah?
Yeah, and also be careful not to spend too much time in the bath. They say that if your forehead becomes sweaty, it's probably best to get out of the water. And then after cooling down, you can try going again for a short time or just finish up and head for the dressing room.
Yes. Onsen waters are said to have curative properties. So it's preferable not to rinse off when finished.
Yeah, and the onsen is a place to rest and relax, so no running, swimming, or noisy behavior is allowed.
After exiting the bath, wipe off your body so you don't track water into the dressing room.
And finally, in order to prevent dizziness and other negative effects from being in the onsen too long, you should try to limit yourself to no more than 3 baths per day.
That's about it.
Yep.
So, Floyd, do you have any favorite onsens you'd like to visit?
That's a really hard question. I've been going to onsens throughout Japan for almost 40 years now, from Kyushu to Hokkaido and from ocean fronts to snowy mountains. I love them all.
Well, what about onsens close to Nishinomiya?
Well, I like going to Arima. It's an easy drive from here, or you can take the bus. It has everything from public baths to high-end resort hotels with even have spa facilities.
Wow. Okay, Onsen is beautiful, I know.
Yeah.
So it's located in the mountain behind Kobe and is Japan's most famous onsen town, with over 1,300 years of history, right?
It's really old. Yeah, I really like Arima. But, recently my wife and I have enjoyed going to a place called Kobe Minato Onsen Ren. That's located on the harbor front of Kobe. And we also like Rokohoyoso, which is located just a little north of Kabutayama. How about you, Thelma? Do you have any favorite onsens?
Yeah, you just mentioned it.
Which one?
I like the Rokohoyoso. Yes, I like going there.
Okay.
But let's talk a little more about Rokohoyoso.
Okay.
It's okay. So, because it's so close by, and I heard it's very inexpensive.
Yeah, if you're a Nishinomiya resident over 60 years of age, it costs only 200 yen to use the onsen.
Yes, and there are other ways to qualify for the 200 yen rate. Otherwise, the fee is 550 yen.
Right. Now, Rokohoyoso is an older and kind of more modest facility if you compare it to the higher-end onsens or super sentos. But the mineral spring waters are famous, and it's a great place to relax with a wonderful view of Osaka with Kabutoyama in the foreground.
Yeah. Rokohoyoso is also a ryokan hotel
Yes.
with rooms for overnight stay and a restaurant serving delicious meals. And it's also close to local tourist spots like Kitayama Botanical Garden, Jorinji Temple, and Kanoji Temple, and the Kabutoyama Forest Park.
Yeah, those are all nice places to visit. And, it's only a short drive by car from the center of Nishinomiya, or you can take the Hankyu Sakura Yamanami bus, which stops directly in front of Rokohoyoso.
Yes, and for more information, check out their homepage by searching for Rokohoyoso.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you know that the Sakura Yamanami bus also goes all the way to Arima?
Oh, yes, I did. Then did you know that we can catch that bus just a
Yeah.
minute from here?
Really? Well, why don't we go? I could use some rest and relaxation.
Okay.
And we'd like to welcome this month's guest, David Horley. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Now, at the beginning, we mentioned that you're originally from Australia.
Correct.
And you're now living in Nishinomiya.
I live in Nishinomiya.
Well, that's quite a big change. When did you decide to move up here?
Yeah, back in my younger days, I decided to leave Australia and check out the overseas landscape.
When you say younger days, how long ago are you talking about?
Well, back in 1997.
Ah.
So we're talking 25 years ago.
So you're a long-time resident here.
I am, yes, and I intend to continue being a long-time resident.
So what made you come to Japan all those years ago?
Basically looking for a change of scenery, a change of lifestyle, and then I ended up coming as a student. Obviously, lots of things happened, but I did come here as a student. I learned the language, and that sort of kept me here.
So what were you studying?
I was studying Japanese.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned the language and happened to meet a very beautiful woman one day, and here we are, 25 years later. Yeah.
Where did you meet?
We met in a bar in Kobe.
I hope she's going to listen to this and hear him say that.
She'll listen. She'll be listening.
So you met a woman here. Is that when you decided to stay, or did you already?
Well, so basically we started having a family, and we did take a short break to stay in Australia for about 2 years. I wanted her to see my country and my culture, and then we decided it would be best if we moved back to Japan to raise our family. So,
So I'm kind of curious, how did she like it in Australia?
Yeah, I think she liked it, but there was lots of challenges. The language, she wasn't an English speaker at the time. She is now, definitely.
So that must have really accelerated your Japanese language skills.
And vice versa. It's also accelerated her English. Yeah.
Now, how did your family react? Your parents react to?
Yeah, my parents, they're pretty open-minded people, so they were up for it, and they still are, which is good.
So you were with your wife in Australia for a couple of years, and you decided to move back to Japan.
That's correct. We wanted to raise our children here in Japan, and at that stage of my life, I decided I wanted to do my own business. And my love for wine, in particular Australian wine, it drove us to Nishinomiya to open a wine bar.
Well, what's it like to open a business in Japan for a foreigner?
Well, strangely, it's something that's very easy to do here, whereas it's probably not so easy to do back at home. It's not so financially intense here in Japan, and the rules and regulations aren't so strict.
That's interesting. I thought it would have been more difficult.
No, I found it quite easy, to be honest.
So where was the wine bar and how well did you do?
So not far from where we are now, on Route 2. I don't know.
What was it called?
Kamikoshien is the area.
What was it called?
It was called Cheers.
Cheers!
Yeah, what a great name for a
Okay,
bar.
so probably maybe a lot of our listeners know it then.
They probably do, and probably have at some stage
I saw that.
been there. I would think. Yeah. Yeah. We had the bar for 14 years.
Wow, so it must have been quite successful then.
Well, in its early days, it was. As you know, and most people would know, that coronavirus has changed circumstances for a lot of people.
So the wine bar was going until Corona?
Pretty
hit?
much just prior to coronavirus.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did that kind of force you to close it down?
Yes, we closed that down, and then I moved solely into English teaching. Yeah. So I have my own school, and I still have that today. Yeah.
Was your wife working?
Actually, she's been quite the adventurer. She's worked in hospitals, and at the moment she's working for a clinic. She's been in that job quite a long time now. But yeah.
Do you have any children?
Do we have children?
Yes.
Correct. We're 3.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're both working, and you have 3 children.
Well, I don't really call them children anymore. They are because I'm a parent. But yeah, I have a daughter who's 20 years old. She goes to university in Kyoto, and I have 2 sons. One who's in senior high school, grade 2, and one in elementary school.
And did they go to the regular Japanese school or an English school?
All 3 of them started their elementary school at just normal local schools. But my daughter did go to the Ashia International School from a high school or junior high school. I'm sure that's how they say it here. Yeah.
So they must be pretty much bilingual then, are they?
Well, the oldest one is definitely bilingual, and the 2 boys, they work hard, and yeah, they're reasonably bilingual.
So now you closed the wine bar. What did you do after that?
Now, that's interesting. I actually worked for a company in Osaka, a big shosha. I was a driver for the president of the company.
What kind of car did you drive?
I drove a 7 Series, $200,000 BMW. It was fun. It was fun, but it was a challenging job, and yeah.
How long did you do that for?
I did it for a year and a half, and I just finished that job in December. Gone.
You know what? I hate to say this, we're already out of time, but we have much more to talk about. So let's pick this up again next month.
Let's do that.
Okay, David.
Thanks.
Okay.
防災情報です。
During springtime, many people enjoy picnicking and strolling along riverbanks or even playing in the shallow river beds.
But at any time of year, you have to pay attention and be aware of the possibility of a sudden rise of river levels.
That's right. Even when it's not raining in your area, heavy rains upstream or in the mountains can quickly raise river levels downstream where you may be walking or picnicking.
If the river water suddenly becomes cloudy, this could be a sign that the water level area rising quickly and the river is about to flood.
As a precaution, get away from the river immediately and stay safe.
It looks like COVID-19 will be with us for a while yet, so if you have any questions or concerns related to the virus, please call the Nishinomiya Health Center at 0798-262240.
They're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. and weekends and holidays from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
For an updated information, please refer to the English language pages of the Nishinomiya City website under Multilingual.
And we have an announcement from the International Kids Club, which is an NIA volunteer group. They provide a place for small children with foreign roots to join in fun activities with their parents.
You're invited to their next event, Exercise for Parents and Children, which will be held on the morning on Monday, June 6th.
June 6th. Now, if you have friends who might be interested in the programs, please spread the word.
Yes, for more details, check NIA's webpage or their Facebook page.
And lastly, for consultation services or any other inquiries, please contact NIA at 0798 328680 or write an email to nia@nishi, that's nishi.or.jp.
Please continue to be careful and stay safe.
提供は西宮市国際交流協会でした。
Have a great weekend, everyone.
Bye bye.